G'day guys, welcome back to Arthur's videos. Have I got a doozy for you guys? Today's video, today, okay? I lost my thought there. But you know, before I waffle on, I actually washed the cup. There is my sponsored cup, alright? There's the bottle, a new bottle, okay? The year's going by, I'm pouring the yum cha. There it is there. I'm pouring the yum cha there, guys. Guys who drink with me, cheers. Okay. Hit the spot, man. Alright. Before I waffle on, for those guys who use lead-free solder, this is not your video. I suggest you go turn to something else, watch something else. But this is not for you guys, if you guys use lead-free solder. Alright. Trying to get my screwdriver now. Where is it? Fucking. No, we'll use this one. Alright. For those guys who use 60/40 solder, this is your video now. Alright. You know what the description is? It's that bloody the the sharp image monitor, which is pretty close to a Cortex, a few different versions, give and take. And you saw how fucking I copped it in the ass, mate. Did I fucking cop it in the ass with this? One thing out of all this, I'm going to say I've met another person. I've reached out to him through emails backwards and forwards. He was trying to help me out. And I replied back to her, look, I've got most of this going. I've got nearly everything that I think. There's only a couple of caps I wasn't, it was like this, you know, it's not critical. But I slammed it in, got a thumbs up. But like I said, thanks for those guys that I reached out to, you know, ask questions and that. As I said, it's a community. Everybody has to work, mate. You can see that I put up with a lot of shit. But I'm going to play that video back and have a look at how it's come up. I'm going to take the Italian safety hat off now. I'm going to reveal it, okay? There it is here, mate. Check this out, okay? Check this out. There you go. All right, go back. Remember that stupid, the one over here, there was this huge capacitor here hanging out like a sore thumb? All right? The guy put that, I'm going to go and get my notes over here. Hang on. I'm going to put it down so you can have a sticky nose. All right, with your notes. Oh, you know, my half-in pasty jobs. All right. That cap there, all right. This cap here, they shoved this huge big one. Go and have a look at that video. That one there, it was, what the fuck was it? It was a 33 at 250 volts, okay? Mate, look at it. It's coming off the IC there. That's where it is. How can you put a 32... what is it, 33 at 250, you know, basically, how can you put it in there, basically, you know? And all it was only a bloody, where the fuck is it? Where the hell is it? Hang on, oh, where is it? It's, 212, it's a 212, where is 212? 212, okay, it was only a 10. It was only 10 or 16 volts or something it is. That's all. It was nothing special, basically. You know, this is my half-in pasty. But, yeah, have a look at that, basically. Check that out. I figured most of the caps out through another circuit diagram, which is pretty similar to a Cortex. And, oh, the filter cap. Oh, my God, the filter cap. Where is it? Yeah. You can't hear it. This is like a little baby's rattle toy, you know what I mean? Oh, yeah, yeah. You can't hear it. Like, I can feel it in my hands inside. It's dried up. Okay, this is a 680, all right? I measured it. It was like not even 10. It was just died, basically, you know? So, yeah, so I put another new cap into this guy here. Okay, they're not cheap. Okay, they're not that expensive. I think it was, what, $8 or something. Big deal, you know? You know, as I said, get a quality one. So I fixed it all up. The B plus section, I sort of, these are the only two caps I was a bit iffy on what they are. So whatever that guy had, I used the same ones in there, but I pissed these ones off. Okay, and that, all this circuitry, this is a KFS 60291 flyback, which is I remember these Cortex, the ones with the aluminium heatsinger there. There was the most popular one that we had in the late 80s. 20-inch monitors are really bulletproof. They were. The only thing that was blowing out was the flyback. Was what happened was there was a lot of build-up of residue or smoke and all that crap, and it would use flyback would arc out to on the aluminium, and it'll blow out the flyback transformer, basically. So yeah, you sort of see. I'm going to hold it about there. You can sort of see that I've changed all this area. I've cleaned it all up, basically. Yeah, I've fixed up most of the fuck-ups in there. You can sort of see all the new caps in there. But remember the back of that board, how it looked like? If I can check this out now. Does it look like that last video? I'm going to hold it there. I'm going to hold it there. Hang on, around about there. All right. Remember the board, how it looked like. Okay, check that out. Man, when I do it, I use the goo juice. I strip it all down, clean it, get rid of all the residue. That way it gets rid of all the fluxes and all that. I haven't cleaned it. You can sort of see my flux is still there, basically, when I put the caps in. But I'll clean it up later, basically. That's all I'll do. But at least you can sort of work on the chassis, basically, on the... You can see the tracks, basically. And I keep telling you guys, the soldering on there, you got to have it like this, like a young breast, basically. You know, nice comb with the pin of the pin off the capacitor hanging out of there, like, you know, like a nice volcanic, nice, basically. That's all. I'm going to hold it there. Check it out. You know, check it out. Try to fix most of the pad work around here, because when you solder, you've got to hold the pad down, and then it's good. Mate, it's fucking good enough. You know, as I said to you, I'll be gone. As I said, yeah, I'll give it a good clean at the flux and that. But I wanted to show you that how much work went into this guide. Basically, bad capacitor, not bad capacitor, bad workmanship, and that stupid lead-free shit. My God, that stuff is disgusting, man. If you want to learn, if you want to practice, and you want to know how bad it is, buy a roll of that shit and try it on some dead board. Don't work on something there. It's crap. You've got to have the temperature so high. It doesn't bond. After a while, you get fractures in the joints of the pad. You got your pad, you get fractures because it's just crap. Because we get the point, man. It's crap. You're working on stuff which is 60-40 shit, basically. You can't use lead-free. If you got a new board, yeah, you can put lead-free on a new board. This is not new boards, okay? 60-40's already been on there, basically. Not the lead-free shit, you know? That's all. Look into YouTube. There's plenty of people talking about that shit, basically. To me, it's just crap, basically. So now, remember the fucking... The resistors. Remember the resistors? Okay, how they were bad? Go and play that other video. You know, as I said, you can open up two screens on your computer, basically. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So, here. Have a look at this. Okay? See that yellow wire? There it is there. It's gone. You can sort of see I'm putting so much pressure, it's dried up. Okay? Also, the blue wire. See that? That's all. You can sort of see how much putting. See, here it's a bit. Here it's even more harder. It's just because of the heat, basically. See, I can't even flex it, basically. You know, and it's not a solid copper wire. It's stranded. It's just dried up. This insulation has dried up. So what I have done, you can sort of see it. I have put new cables. I kept the same stupid cables. I made them longer. Who gives a rat's ass? I fixed over here too. So these ones here, I repaired those as well. I fixed it all up. I had to clean up the solder joints here because they started arcing, basically. Not arcing, it was just surface rust. I don't know what the word is, okay? So I had to clean it all up, and so I could put some bloody solder so it could hold the resistor. It's a low resistor. But the catch is, yeah, that's all it takes. It doesn't take much. This is how I service my chassis. I strip them down, goo wash them. That way I can see the shit, the residue is off there. You know, I can get rid of all that crap from underneath the PCB that it was, and that's it. So if you get a guy who services your monitor and it doesn't come back like it charges you top dollar, and changes a couple of capacitors in there and charges you top dollar, mate, what can I say? This is what I put up with. But Right, so do you do monitors? No, I don't like monitors, okay? Because as I said to you, this one was the first one I've copped after, I don't know, mate, I've worked over hundreds of monitors, okay, in my life, over hundreds, okay, of my own shit. This here really gave it to me in the cool look, basically, because bad workmanship. And when I do a chassis, I've got to make sure I have a tube, because you need the tube, the yoke with the tube to test them. How are you going to test a monitor if it powers up, if you don't have a tube? You've got to put a load on it with the yoke and a tube. So I've got my 20-inch, I've got my 20-inch Naneos, which is the KZ20s. I've got a tube for that. I've got my 26 Naneos, my 29-inch Naneos, and that's all I deal with. I dealt with Naneos. You guys Google them up, you know. And I always have a tube on the bench to try. But all those other oddball ones, I don't have a tube. So how can you test on the poker machines? I do have tubes for those guys too, you know. But as I said, I don't do them all the time because I hate them and they're time consuming, especially back when someone's done a hack on the job. You know, if this wasn't molested, it would have been a walk in the park, you know what I mean? But as I said, there's another piece of shit up and running now in that bloody, what is it called, bump and jump game now. That's ready to go for delivery back to its owner, basically. So guys, like I said, I enjoy what I do, you know. This gave me the shits, you know. But as I said, at the end, I'll figure it out. Basically, I always do. I put my big boy pants on. So, guys, thanks for watching this video. You know, the old saying of mine is, you know, pinball machines, video games, and poker machines, and I had a brain stop, and Dr. Love, you know. So, guys, cheers for watching this video. Thumbs up. Thanks.